One of your guys' favorite videos that I made last year was when I listed out a bunch of different Toyota Tacoma specific products that I got from small businesses. And I think a lot of you really liked that video because not only are these products super cool, because yes, while they're niche, whatever problem they solve or feature they add makes your Tacoma a little better. But also, I love shopping small business, and I know a lot of you guys do too. Not all, but some of these businesses are run by just a single person who's a Tacoma owner like you and me, and they found a solution to a problem or a way to make something better and invented a product for it. And today, I want my channel to showcase these things to hopefully help you guys find some new cool stuff for your trucks, but I also want to promote these awesome small businesses. So this is a part 2 to my last video. We've got more small businesses and more products to talk about today that I didn't mention in the first video, so let's get into it. So this first product is a very popular one, or at least there's a lot of interest around it. I posted a YouTube Shorts video talking about it a couple months ago, and it got a couple 100,000 views, which is a lot more than my videos normally get, of course. But basically, it's an anti-theft device for the Toyota Tacoma's tailgate. So this metal piece right here is the device that makes it more difficult to steal these Tacoma tailgates, which unfortunately are kind of easy to install if left unlocked. And maybe Toyota updated this with some of the newer Tacomas, but at least with my 3rd gen Tacoma, the locking mechanism of the tailgate was not tied to the locking of the cab. So before I installed my pop and lock, which I have a whole video about to tie the two systems together, I had to manually remember to lock my tailgate every time. But anyways, this device just basically adds an extra step to removing the entire tailgate assembly of your Tacoma, which typically is pretty simple. You just remove the 2 cable ties, detach the wiring harness, which is just 1 clip underneath, and then you could typically pull the tailgate up at a 45-degree angle and pull away at this point. However, with this device, as you can see, as you pull the tailgate up, the metal bracket prevents you from doing so. So this bracket's made from a user on the website Tacoma World, which if you don't know is a giant forum website all about everything Toyota Tacoma. I believe he goes by the handle Christian06, and the way to order one of these is to message him on the website directly. And I'll do my best to put all the necessary information to order in the description box down below if you're interested. But he basically sends you this bracket, and mine is actually color matched to the exact color of my truck's Silver Sky Metallic, so that's cool. He does that for you as well. The way to mount this piece is really simple. You just remove the existing bolt, slip the bracket on underneath, and bolt it down with the existing factory bolt. Or you can add on one of these security ones like I did, but realistically, sure, a thief might be able to remove this bracket, but anything that adds an extra step to the whole process of removing a tailgate, in my opinion, is better than having nothing if you want better security. Now over Christmas break, I did quite a bit of off-roading in my truck in Joshua Tree, and some of the trails I went on were kind of tight, so I got quite a bit of pinstripes in my paint. Now, while it's annoying, I do have a whole process on how to remove them, and I actually have a YouTube Shorts up on that. But for the longest time, there was one part of my truck that got pinstriped, and I had the hardest time getting those removed. That wasn't until Screen Protect came out with a product to solve that. So, these side door pillars, which as you can see, Toyota covers up with black vinyl, look brand new because I've got a product from Screen Protect, but normally, and actually in reality, the vinyl scratches so easily, and there's no way to get the scratches out unless you replace the entire vinyl piece. But then obviously the next time you do wheeling and you get some pinstripes, you've got the same exact problem all over again. But Screen Protect, who's actually the company that makes those overlaid screen protectors for your instrument dash to get rid of any existing scratches or really just hide them, but also prevent you from getting new scratches as well, came out with door pillar protectors for the Toyota Tacoma. And I am so impressed. I've had these on for over a year now and my door pillars still look brand new because basically their product is a high quality proprietary film that you overlay on top. And I'm serious, I'll get some of my old footage that shows you some of the scratches I had in my door pillars that are still technically there, but you just can't tell that they're even there because of this film now. I know many of you are already familiar with Screen Protect because you've got their instrument cluster cover or you've got their screen protector for your Tacoma's radio, and I've got videos on that if you don't know what I'm talking about, because seriously, Toyota plastic scratches so easily, and a product that not only prevents more scratches but also hides your existing ones. I am very grateful as a Tacoma owner that something like that even exists. Also, I want to take a moment to say the people behind Screen Protect are truly amazing. They donate a lot of their proceeds. They support their local community, they help veterans, and finding a company that not only has fantastic high quality products as I've been talking about, but great people behind it and a great cause behind it as well is something really special. So that's just something I wanted you guys to know because obviously I think very highly of their product, but also highly of their business as well. I feel like I'm saying this all the time on my channel, but I am just really amazed by some of the products that people come up with for the Tacoma, especially when they're executed really well, and that's the case with these footwell lights. So as you can see in my Tacoma, I've installed this OEM footwell LED lighting kit that I ordered from VLEDs. Although I believe originally this kit was kind of designed by several people on Tacoma World, but the actual LED lights that are used in this kit are strip light bars from VLEDs, which I actually have several of them around my truck and I truly love them. So the plug and play Tacoma specific kit as a whole is also sold through VLEDs. But anyways, these aren't just any lights that you can tack on underneath that light up your footwells. These lights are fully integrated with your truck, and using the provided harness, they actually tie into your dome and map interior lights. So basically, when you shut your door, your footwell lights will turn off. And there's also a night mode, so when you're driving at night and you've got your headlights on, of course, you'll get really nice dim accent lighting at your feet. And for me specifically, I find this really useful when I'm on the trails and it's super dark, you're looking for something on the floor. Now I don't have to take out my phone flashlight or an extra flashlight I've got in my truck because these lights are automatically going to come on. I'm used to the height of my lifted truck, but sometimes my passengers aren't, so this is an extra nice little tool. That, and they look great, of course. I always love when modifications look OEM or look like they could have come from the factory like this, and I truly think this is one of those. The lighting also comes in several different colors, so if white isn't your vibe, you can also get aqua, blue, and red, I believe. And again, I have nothing but good things to say about VLED products. I'm running VLED's LP reverse kit. I'm running some of their bulbs in my tail lights. I'm also running some of their bulbs as my interior lights. And in the future, I'm planning on adding some lighting to my engine bay that is going to be from VLEDs, of course. I've got to get a little bit up and close to show you this next product from another small business owner. This is one of those products that is very simple, but also highly effective. So at night, when you're backing up and you look at your radio screen at your reverse camera, sometimes the image can be really overexposed or it can be really difficult to see behind you because of the glare you get from these license plate lights. Now you can kind of see where I'm going with this, but basically these blinders really effectively help eliminate some of that glare while also letting out enough light so that your license plate is illuminated. This is yet another product from a Tacoma World user, but he has a link to where you can order this. I just have his plain blinders with nothing on it, but I believe he also has ones that he sells with different designs. You can get some that say TRD or have something cool etched in. So that's really cool, but what I like about these the most is that it's really such a simple application. It's a precisely cut piece of plastic that mounts to the outside part of these license plate lights via some 3M tape, but I've had these on for over a year now and I have no issues. They're super secure, and what I really appreciate is that the texture, even though this is kind of like a really minor detail, of the license plate light blinders matches the texture of the rest of this tailgate piece. So as simple as something like this is, again, it's something very effective. So this next product is underneath my truck, as you guys can see. It is the cat shield from Miller Cat. And its name pretty much implies exactly what it is. It is a shield that bolts onto OEM locations underneath my Tacoma, and it prevents my catalytic converters from getting stolen. Now, I've had this shield on my truck for several months and maybe almost a year now, and it's been really great. Catalytic converter theft is unfortunately just this big issue, especially here in California. And Toyota Tacomas are really highly targeted because our trucks are lifted higher than other vehicles on the ground, making catalytic converters really easy to access by thieves. And my Toyota Tacoma has not only 1, 2, or 3 catalytic converters, it's actually got 4. So my 304 stainless steel cat shield, along with the security bolts that they use, add an extra layer of security to your Toyota Tacoma catalytic converters. What I really like about the Miller cat shield specifically is that it's designed in such a way where if you ever need to get smogged, you don't need to remove it because the information needed on the catalytic converters is still visible. And actually, I want to say that this cat shield is a product you can order with your Toyota Tacoma, or you can order through your Toyota dealership. It's not an OEM part, it is made by Miller Cat, but it's an authorized aftermarket Toyota accessory. So it is endorsed by Toyota. You can literally go on Toyota's website and build your Tacoma and add a cat shield. And I've got to say, even if you don't want to take my word for it, there's no denying that Toyota backing this cat shield makes it a very credible product. Also, if you haven't seen, I actually got to visit the Miller Cat factory and make one of these cat shields. That was a really cool opportunity. Shout out Miller Cat for letting me film a video on that. And also, I just want to, again, even though this happened a couple months ago, say thank you to Miller Cat themselves for sending me to SEMA. They've always supported my channel and they're great people with, of course, a really great product. So of course, I've got nothing but great things to say about Miller Cat. If you guys have any additional accessories installed on your truck, like any extra lights, whether that be like ditch lights or light bars, in my case, I have some extra cube lights in my bumper, but I've also got things like an ARB air compressor, and also you don't mind doing a little bit of DIY, you might like what I have to say for this next product. So some of the ways that people organize all their wiring and electronics for all their different accessories that they're running in their truck is they get something like a switch pros or an aux beam. But in my truck, I really wanted to have OEM style switches in my cab for my various accessories, and I just wanted a little bit more of a custom setup. However, that meant I was having to mount a lot of different relays, and the original way I did it was by getting a bracket from a company called Overland Equipped, mounting a Blue Sea fuse block to that, and finding any place I could to add my various relays for different switches for my accessories. Now, I really love that setup, but I was always looking to improve it for a couple of different reasons. One, it was open and exposed to the elements. Two, probably the biggest reason was there weren't a lot of places to mount different relays, and I really only had 2 or 3 places, which meant I could only run 2 or 3 accessories at the max. And 3, while to Overland Equip's credit, they improved this, I believe. The bracket that I had was really close to one of the OEM, I think it was the brake line wires. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but the bracket came kind of close to it. I was just afraid over time it might cut into the OEM wires, even though it never did. But for the other 2 reasons, I was looking really to make a version 2, and that is when I was introduced to a really amazing setup from another person who sells mods on Tacoma World. Joe sells a kit to mount this fuse block setup that allows you to run 6 different relays. It's all contained in a small and compact place. It mounts really nicely to where everything looks OEM, which I think is my favorite part. And all the relays are covered up and sealed and protected from the outside elements. So with the lid open, you can see kind of what's underneath here. I've got 6 different places to add my relays, and of course I've got corresponding fuse slots, and it's just nice and tidy compared to before. So props to Joe on coming up with this setup and then selling the brackets to make this all fit. I think this is going to be my permanent wiring solution in my Tacoma for all my different accessories. So again, if you're interested in adding accessories and you're looking into doing some custom stuff, you should check out the listing. I'll have it in the description. I'm sure you guys could tell from the before and afters, but my wiring setup now is so clean. It makes me so happy just thinking about, and I love that it looks OEM. So as you guys know, I do my own oil changes on my Toyota Tacoma because it's just relatively easy and it's cost effective for me. Now for the first couple oil changes that I DIY'd, I didn't have any specialty tools. I just had like a cheap off-the-shelf oil filter wrench, and that was it. And while it's an easy process to change your oil that way, it can get pretty messy, especially when you're trying to drain the excess oil from your oil filter. Oh my gosh, without what I'm about to talk about, that is a messy process. But as time went on, I got a little smarter with my oil changes, and I finally picked up this kit from Motivix Tools. Now, this is a specialty tool brand, and this is one of my favorite products by them. So it's this specific oil change kit for the Toyota Tacoma, and it comes with an oil filter wrench, and this one is a notchless design, so it fits your oil filter so well. Great quality. Also, not to mention, this is made in the USA. This screw-on funnel with also an optional screw-on attachment. So now when you're pouring your oil, because this threads on, your funnel isn't moving everywhere. And then my favorite piece in this kit, I get so much use out of this tool that basically easily removes excess oil from your oil filter. So before you remove your oil filter, basically you just thread this on and then tighten this lower piece, and that allows the oil to drain out of this tube, which you can obviously put the other end in your drain pan for a mess-free oil change. So I've got several oil change videos here on my channel where I utilize these tools if you want to see them in more detail. But if you're a DIYer, I highly recommend this kit. I've seen other YouTubers with Toyota Tacomas also use this kit. I don't know anyone who dislikes this kit because it really does make your life so much easier. So definitely check out Motivix Tools if you're looking for some DIY tools to do your oil changes. So those are all the products I have to talk about today. I definitely want to know in the comment section down below what you guys like the best, or if you have some of these products that you saw in the video, let me know. Also, if you know of any other small businesses that sell Toyota and/or Toyota Tacoma specific stuff, let me know in the comments as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more content or you want to connect more with me, you can follow me on my Instagram. It is @ChloeKuoTaco. I post more in there on real time. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.